You know there never has been a concession. You do know that, right? You do. Now, you have to remember that Georgia was decided by only 11,779 votes. So I only needed one more vote than that to win the election. But we have many, many more votes than we needed to win the election. We've all seen the video of ballots being pulled out from under the tables after kicking out all of the observers. Remember that?
At about 8 o'clock in the morning, they're going to start pulling these ballots out from under this table. This table, the black one, was placed there by the lady with the blonde braids at about 8:22 a.m. So she put that table there. So the same person who's cleared the place out under the pretense that we're going to stop counting is the person who put the table there at 8:22 in the morning. I saw 4 suitcases come out from underneath the table. You see the gentleman in red. So he just pulled one out. So what are these ballots doing there separate from all the other ballots? And why are they only counting them whenever the place is cleared out with no witnesses, is the question. These machines can process about 3,000 ballots an hour. You have multiple machines there, and they're there for 2 hours. So you do the math. How many ballots went through those machines in those 2 hours when there was no one there to supervise, to be present, consistent with your statutes and rules, to supervise the tabulation? We believe that could easily be, and probably is certainly, beyond the margin of victory in this race.
Based on a made-up story of, sir, there's a major water main break, clean out, right?
We've got some breaking news right now, so we want to check in with CBS's Mark Strassman. He is in Georgia, where they're having a big problem counting some of the votes. Mark?
Nora, this is an election return watch party here on the edge of Atlanta. These are mostly excited Democrats because when's the last time Georgia thought of itself as a battleground state? After record early returns and essentially a day of problem-free voting, there is now a hitch in the tabulation of votes. I'm standing in Fulton County. Fulton County includes a chunk of Atlanta. Downtown Atlanta is State Farm Arena, where the Atlanta Hawks play. They are tabulating the absentee ballots of Fulton County, Georgia's most populous county. A water pipe has broken inside the arena. They had counted 86,000 absentee ballots. We don't know how many more they have yet to tabulate, but all the tabulation of those ballots has now stopped. We're told by election officials they may not finish tabulating those votes for a day or two. So depending how close the rest of the state is, we may not know the result of this critical battleground state for another day or two. That is because, again, a water pipe has broken in State Farm Arena. State Farm Arena is where they were counting the absentee ballots of Georgia's most populous county, and now that tabulation has stopped.
Water main break that never happened. Remember they said, water main break, everybody get out. And then the people came back in and they were stuff. But supposedly caused the vote counting to be shut down for hours and hours. So everyone was out except for these people that were on tape.
Give us a rundown on the water main break and what transpired there. You know, people are seeing ghosts in the shadows, and you know,
Yes,
we need you to expound on that, if you don't mind.
I'm not sure. That thing is taking a life of its own. There was a leak. The floor above where we were counting ballots at State Farm Arena. According to Steve Koonin, CEO of the Atlanta Hawks, that occurred at 6:07 a.m. I forget the exact date. By 8:07 a.m., it was...
That was the day of the election?
Yes.
Okay.
And it was repaired within 2 hours. No ballots were damaged. No equipment was damaged. End of story. So how this has gotten to be what it is, I have no idea.
Were there people in there working at that time when the leak was discovered?
I was not there, but presumably there were people there because we started at probably 7 o'clock, I believe. I'm sure that some people were there.
So it happened at 6:07, was repaired by
8:07.
8:07. So there were people there working at 6:07 when it was interrupted. Were they in the room? Were they asked to leave, and was the room secured? Tell us how that was handled.
Now, I was not there, so I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
I may need to know the name of the plumber. I have some leaks from time to time. It's hard to get them fixed in 2 hours.